We are at a very exciting part, and that is our background. I've got my 5 leaves colored and cut out, and ooh, they look so pretty all sitting next to each other. So, for your background, I would highly recommend using some cardboard. Remember, we've used this a lot in a lot of our lessons. It's the thin cardboard. I just think it makes an awesome background for our project. You will need Sharpie, scissors, pencil, and eraser. And you will need cracker box, cereal box, soda box, whatever you have on hand to cut. So when you have these, remember, just break them down, just kind of tear the tabs. Then you might want to have an adult help you if you need some help. You just want to take your scissors and cut along the seam. We don't want the entire box. We really only want just the flat part inside. And we don't want to color on the label. We want to color on the brown side. So looking at this square right here, or this rectangle, to me it's a little too small, so I'm actually going to use all of this, even though that includes some tabs. I'm going to just peel this part off right here. Carefully, try not to rip big holes, and set that off. Alright, now I'm just going to cut my tabs off. Carefully, always cutting away from yourself, making sure your hand is never underneath your scissors, always being safe. And I really love using the cardboard because it's a brown color on the inside, which is kind of natural, just like our project. Our project is all about trees and leaves and fall colors. I'm just going to clean that edge up a little bit. Okay. All right, so I have my blank slate ready to go. Right here, this is kind of a tree branch that I already got started, and I really like the way it's looking with all the texture and the knots on the tree branch and all the bark lines. So let's learn how we're going to do that. So you're going to need your pencil, and when you want to start drawing your tree branch, this does kind of look like a tree, but kind of is more like this as a tree branch. When you're ready to start, you want to start at the bottom, and you really don't want to make your tree branch too narrow, because once you start putting your leaves on, you are going to cover up a little bit. So you don't want to make it so twig tiny that your leaves just cover up everything. So I would say try to make it a little bit wide at the bottom. I'm just going to start with 2 parallel lines. This might be wider than some tree branches, but again, we want to keep it wide so our leaves don't cover up everything. I'm drawing in pencil first, and then I will use my Sharpie. And with tree branches, they start Ying out. They don't just go stick straight and out. They start with a main part, and then they kind of go separate ways. So I'm going to make the Y more at the top of my cardboard, and then little tree branches coming off to the side. So I'm going to go off the side and literally take my pencil right off to the edge of my paper. Right here, I might want a little branch just kind of coming off to the side. I can kind of just end it with a square line right there. Bring it back to my main branch and keep heading up. All right. Right here, I don't want this tree branch too thick. That would look a little funny, so I'm going to make it just a little bit thinner than my main branch. Bring it back here and then send it up. So far, I have one branch that goes off my paper and one branch that is cut off and is a little bit short. All right. Now, I'm going to start Ying off, meaning it kind of looks like the letter Y. And I'm going to go up, and I want one tree branch to just kind of come off to the side. And I'm going to keep going up. I want it to be about this thick. So I'm going to draw a line up here and keep going off.